What's going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for another OPTC video, and in today's video we're diving into the 10-star Kizuna clash against Sakazuki with the friend captain Whitebeard teams. Now, I did put together like a Roger and Whitebeard build kind of by accident with my Roger and EXP teams. So if you guys want to check that out, I'll leave a link in the description. Make sure to go check out that particular video. But these particular teams, the idea is we're trying to do big damage with a friend captain Whitebeard to maximize our gains for the exchange ticket. Now, the exchange ticket are going to have Hiyori Skulls in box 7, so you are going to need quite a lot of these tickets, so having a friend captain Whitebeard is going to be the best way to go about that. But if you enjoy the video, belt the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. With that said, let's dive on in and take on 10-star Kizuna Clash Sakazuki. Starting off with the quick variation, we are utilizing Kaido as our captain, and we are utilizing a friend captain Whitebeard. That was the team, those are the supports. Let's dive on in. Now, running Kaido as a captain can be a little bit challenging, purely because you want to bring 4 driven characters. But we managed to do so with this particular team, and if you do that, you actually get some great rewards in the sense of paralysis removal and special reverse removal. And there's paralysis on the first 2 variations, so utilizing him here is going to work very, very nicely. As for the rest of the team, I wanted to try and make it as powerhouse-centric as possible, or make it kind of striker-centric if I could. That way, Whitebeard will be buffing the team as well. Big Mom, she's here for a double conditional booster. We can only really get 1 condition here. You can actually get both conditions, but you have to then use Queen later down the line, and then you lose attack boost with Kaido, but like, it is what it is. So double conditional is going to do more damage, actually, now I'm thinking about it. So if you're running it, this team, you're going to use special a little bit differently. But on turn 2, Jack basically takes care of it. He gives you a chain boundary and removes the attack down. You need to be above, I believe it's 2.75. Just tap with Whitebeard later in the chain, and you should kill fairly easily here. You apply some resistance down as well, and should be enough damage to take out this stage. You could use maybe like Uta support. I believe Uta goes on. No, maybe not. I don't know, maybe use like a different support on Jack. That's going to give you guys just a bit more damage for this particular stage. On the final stage, there's 1 turn of damage reduction defense up threshold. Later down the line, there will be resilience after 30, and there will be 2 turns of a tandem orb barrier. So running a friend Whitebeard makes this easy, but look, Kaido does too. If you use the Kaido special first, or the versatility first, whatever you want to go, use the Kaido special first, then use Kid, you get an attack boost orb boost, and you have that tiny color affinity buff thanks to the Nami support. You don't have type advantage at all on these fights, so just running that works great. It turns Queen into a conditional booster. He removes the defense up and the threshold, and he does end of turn damage. Kaido removes the damage reduction. Versatility gives you resistance. You apply increased damage taken, you apply burn. You can have that double conditional, and then Whitebeard is going to be your chain boundary unit, your tap timing unit, all that fun stuff as well. So works very, very nicely. And with this team, Whitebeard turns everyone into powerhouse, but the attack boost is for driven. So just be mindful of that. Whitebeard is not going to get that buff. Honestly, neither is Kid, now I'm looking at it, because he's actually going to lose that driven buff. It's a bit annoying that Whitebeard does that, but it is what it is. Onto the Psy fight. Once again, we're using Kaido. For this fight, if you have Arlong, the 5+ Arlong, he's going to work very, very nicely. We have the Moria unit as well. The free-to-play Moria works great because he can be a carryover orb booster as well as a special reverse. Downside to this fight, I just totally blanked, is stun is actually going to affect your Sailor abilities. So I did bring Alba for this fight, hoping to get like a extra resistance, base stat booster, all that fun stuff. But you can pretty much just replace him with anyone else. You get special binded on the left-hand side later on, so just as long as you don't put Arlong there, you are going to be absolutely fine. On turn 2, you get special reverse on your left-hand column, special binder on your right, and you get paralysis. Again, if you have the 4 driven characters, for this team we do, you get around the special reverse and the paralysis just with Kaido as a captain. So works very, very nicely. We're going to use Moria to give us an orb buff. Make sure to use Whitebeard first. Using Whitebeard first is going to halve your HP, which then gives you 3 turns of a 2.25 orb boost rather than 5 turns of a 1.75. Whitebeard gives you 3 turns of chain boundary, multiplicative buff, and you can just carry it into the final stage. Final stage, your sailors get stunned after level 30. You get special bind on your left-hand column, so fortunately, you're just not going to have that secondary special of Whitebeard. It's not the end of the world, though, if I'm being completely honest with you, so it is what it is. Big Mom gives you gives you a conditional buff. Kaido gives you an attack buff. You have an orb buff carryover, and with that, you should have plenty of damage. to take down this particular fight. I guess you could probably run like a conditional booster like Queen over Big Mom if you are missing her, because you do get the increased damage taken thanks to Arlong. But I believe I brought Queen to remove the defense up, kind of forgetting that Arlong is going to set defense to 0. Arlong also gives you a threshold too, which is really nice. So that way you can tank the 30,000 death hit on this particular fight as well. And that way you just get around basically everything, even past level 31. Finally, we have the strength variation. And for the strength variation, we're using Luffy as our captain with a friend captain, Whitebeard. This particular team is a little bit wonky because Sanji and what's his name? Ace actually aren't powerhouse characters, but that's okay because you can actually turn them into powerhouse characters thanks to Whitebeard. Utilizing Luffy and Whitebeard together and Roger with Ace as a sub, you actually get the super EXs of pretty much everyone. You get the super class of Whitebeard, EXs of Roger and Luffy, and you can do some really, really fun stuff there. On turn 2, you can use the EX of Luffy to get color affinity, because remember, there are no color affinity on this particular fight. Powerhouse characters have basically type advantage, or class advantage, I should say, being powerhouse units, but type advantage doesn't exist. So use the Luffy EX on turn 2, and you can use the Sanji special to get around the bind and the special bind. Make sure Sanji's on the right-hand side. That's going to be the best way to do it. So that way you can get around basically everything. And you can use the Roger special here too if you want to, and then use the EX. That way you carry over the effects. But look, it doesn't matter all that much. On the final stage, again, Sakazuki, he's going to give you a chain lock later down the line, which is going to be very, very annoying. It's 2 turns of a chain lock, and if you use the Reiju support on Sanji, you can actually bypass that, because Reiju is going to remove 3 turns if you get any orb rotation. You get poison orbs and paralysis orbs after level 31. Marco is going to take care of that. He gives you base stats as well, which is really, really nice. You can use Whitey Bay, or you can use no, you can't. You can use Whitey Bay as a chain boost, and then we can use Luffy for attack boosting specials. Once you use Roger, you get an orb buff. Ace then becomes a conditional boost. Whitebeard is your chain boundary unit, and you're just off to the races basically with that. Luffy does a lot of damage, you have rush abilities, you have super tandems, and this team is going to work very, very nicely for a very, very long time. But that's going to wrap up the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, button the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you all for watching, and I will catch you all in the next one. Let's